So,
Should we have an intro or should we just go into it? We should have an intro.
yeah, what would the intro be?
Binsters, binsters, all around the world. Binsters, binsters, sit down and curl and watch us.
Um, I don't know about that, but um, what if we do um, there's a bin on your screen, there's a bin on your couch, there's a bin in the living room. Oh no.
Oh no. Or we could have someone, maybe when we make the official song, we could have someone come in and do a professional, oh no.
But you want them to be there. You want the bins on the bed. You
You
want the
been
bins.
on the couch, hey,
You want the bins on your screen.
on the screen.
And if there's not bins on your couch and on your bed and on your screen, you're gonna scream, ah!
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no. I think that was good.
Yeah.
We definitely got at least one good one in there. I actually wrote a jingle for us.
I got eyelashes all over my
I have eyelashes all over my hands. I have eyelashes all over my hands. Wait, I wrote an intro for us actually a while back, and I do believe that I have it recorded in my voice memos.
Oh, you recorded it too.
I did because actually sent it to Jason to record an official version, a real jingle of it.
I love it.
Let me just see if it's in me and Jack's messages. If it's not, it is. Here we go. There's a girl and there's another, and all they do is talk to each other. So that could be our
I
intro
love
song.
it. I
Okay.
love it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. And now we begin.
Now we begin. So I think we could start off with a few introduction questions to get to know each other. Maybe
Yeah.
provide an insight into who we are to the core of our being.
How truly we have become binsters and what that means.
And how we've evolved over time and what the weight that it holds, the responsibility you have when you become one, it surpasses everything. And it's an experience that you won't have until it happens to you. It's nothing you can prepare for.
Exactly. For example, we went from being Calf and Kimby,
Oh my
and
God.
now we are
We evolved so much
binsters.
to just bins.
Binsters. Exactly.
And it's a club, it's one of those things, it's exclusive. People want to get in, they watch from afar, they wonder, how can I get in that group? How can I navigate my way in? And they just sit outside and they want.
But the thing that they have to realize is they
Doesn't
can't. They
it,
can't win. No, it doesn't work like that at all. The thing
fit in.
that people don't realize is you can't choose to be a binster.
It's either in your blood or it's not.
Exactly.
And you know what? You won't find out if it's in your blood until you come across us on Earth.
So your chances are really small of ever discovering
There's like 8 billion people on this planet. So the chances that one of you is going to run into us on the street and that you so happen to have the gene, highly unlikely.
but don't give up hope.
But
That's
sorry to crush your dreams, it will never happen.
right, but you still have to want it.
Have hope and want it. And
Want it
if you can't, at least live your life every day so that you
as if you were.
inspired by the mentality.
Exactly.
So let's just
If you can't be, then pretend like you are.
exactly, and that will get you as close as you can. Might not
Exactly.
get you in the door, but you can fantasize in your own head that you
It brought you to the street.
it
You're
brought,
looking at the door, but you
and that's
can't walk through it.
and that's sometimes people don't reach their potential in life.
It's true. And I'd say that's the case for the majority of
For like
population.
799 billion people, that's how it is. And it's sad for them, but I'm good.
I'm great. If they're underdeveloped. Better for me.
Better for me to be an elite soul.
Yeah, that's a really good way to think about being a binster is bin equates to elite.
Yes, so
Yeah.
it's like Latin.
It is Latin, actually.
Bin Laden.
Bin is Latin for elite.
I know that. I actually knew that. So yeah, bin means elite, and Laden means. What does Laden mean?
Okay.
Did you ever correlate that those were the same first names? Like when they call each other Bin, maybe people think,
No.
oh, they're inspired by the Bin Laden.
No. No. Only because I never separated the bin from bin Laden. He's Osama bin Laden.
He's not a bin, by the way, guys. He's not.
We heavily do
denounce
him. We're happy he's dead. He should be dead. That's a good thing.
For sure. And I'm not being sarcastic. No, I'm really not.
I know.
All right. But if you did have to murder someone, how would you do it?
You know, that's something that I have to admit I don't think about very often.
And that's where we differ.
But I have thought about it. Don't let that fool you. It has crossed my mind. I think about sometimes how easy it would be to get away with a murder. I don't know how people don't get away with them more often. Good thing that they don't, because it's wrong, obviously.
So
but
wrong.
I think if I had to murder somebody, I don't know. I think some form of poison.
Easy.
That's probably,
you know what kind of person chooses that is the kind of person that doesn't want to see the light fade.
I don't want that. If I ever had to be put in that situation, I'm not that.
You don't have that in you.
I don't have that in me.
I know that. Personally, I think the way that I've envisioned is shooting.
That was my second option.
It feels really good to shoot a gun, and then to know that you've accomplished something after that, I think it would be really nice.
My only qualm with guns, traceable. There's a bullet that's left behind.
What if you build your own?
Very true.
So, not planning on anything, but if I were to, I would build my own gun. There you go.
So, word to the wise, don't be an enemy of Kathleen, because she's going to build a gun and then kill you.
And you know what? I do believe my enemies know that, which is why they have all turned around and came back later to apologize, tell me, hey, you actually didn't do anything, we're good. I don't hate you. I'm actually sorry for everything I caused, because they know if they let that build in me
fester
over the years, festering, and I just see them successful, I see them doing good, that's just going to build and build, and who knows, I might blow.
Well, good thing this is hypothetical. But
good thing this is completely hypothetical, and I don't have any
intentions of hurting it.
I have no homicidal thoughts, so I'm that's not sarcastic either.
So. I think the fact that you have to say that's not sarcastic is something interesting. Something interesting is going on there.
Yeah, maybe to you, I don't know. To me, I feel like maybe that does mean I'm being honest inside. Because I'm afraid that people are going to see through that and think I'm being serious, but they really aren't taking it that way. Does that mean that deep inside I'm not being sarcastic?
As your best friend, I think that is the case.
And it's the same thing with my lesbian theory, isn't it?
It is.
The same thing.
Talk a little bit about that.
So guys, I have a theory that I am, actually, this is not a theory. I am not a lesbian. No shade to the gays. I have nothing
You love the gays.
I love them, but
A lot of close gays to you.
But I'm not one. Right. And I've thought about it, and here's the issue. I feel like people think I'm a lesbian. When I'm walking down the street, when I'm talking, when I'm just anything, I feel like I'm interpreted as a lesbian. And so I feel like I go above and beyond to let people know that I'm not. And that comes across as me looking like I'm hiding something, which makes me even think even more that they might think I am a lesbian.
It's somewhat of a social identity crisis.
Yeah, a social identity crisis for sure.
You feel like you project lesbian.
Yes.
You counteract that by constantly assuring people that you're not a lesbian.
I drive like a lesbian. I walk like a lesbian. I talk like a lesbian. If I'm walking next to a girlfriend of mine, I'm for sure the one dressed like a lesbian.
Yeah.
So I always think that they think I'm their girlfriend.
Street. I bet a lot of people think that we're girlfriend and girlfriend.
I really believe so. And I'm okay with that. But it's just like, what if there is a hot guy and I want him to like talk to me? He's not going to.
But I think
that's lesbian energy.
I don't think that's true. Because when I'm in your presence, you don't make me feel like you're a lesbian.
Yeah, because I'm not.
I know. So I don't think a man would get that sense if a woman didn't get that sense, you know?
Yeah. I'm glad we figured that out.
Gotten to the bottom of that once and for all.
Yeah, that was an important one on my mind. It's something that affects me every day.
Also, I feel like you're very, close relationship with your dad growing up. You were daddy's girl all the way. Basketball, did everything with him. And your dad's a guy's guy, He's a man's man. He's a man's man. So
the Joe Rogan equal.
Exactly. So that's maybe where some of those
insecurities come from.
Innate personality traits that you've acquired over the years.
The manly personality, yes.
You were close with your father in your childhood. He formed who you were.
It's true. And my mom is like, she's like a working lady.
Exactly.
So she's like kind of, not like womanly. She's womanly, but she's not like.
She's not a stay-at-home mom.
Yeah, she's not like a typical, like a powerless woman,
Right.
I think that's probably where it comes from. Yeah, in my gender identity. But you know what? We're not going to get into that.
That's too much to unpack for today.
Too much to get into the first episode. Maybe we'll make another episode about that. But let's just lead with I'm not trans, okay? Don't want people to get any confusion.
Oh, and I think that we should mention to the fans here, obviously, we've known each other for
10 years.
Yeah, a decade.
And you want to know why, guys? It's from one man. And should I say his name?
No, let's give him an alias.
Rake. Rake Malamalus.
Rake Malamalus.
So Rake Malamalus is a guy, a man, a wise man who didn't know he was
wise
and say
only Rake Malamalus rushes in.
What's real, that man?
Rake Malamalus?
Malamalus. Yeah. So Rake Malamalus, basically how this happened is 7th grade science class. The man I'm having an affair with leading the class.
That's another thing we need.
She's also having the affair, so don't put all that on me. And we get partnered up in a experiment, some building.
A building with popsicle sticks. Who could build the tallest tower?
Right. Take it from here.
So we are paired up. Rake Malamalus is our third group member. And
our threesome finisher.
We were a threesome, yes. And we had known each other. We sit a few seats away from each other. Um, just vaguely. We had a
Me and
mutual.
you.
What?
Me and you.
Me and you. Yes.
Yeah, but we had never met before, like before this class.
Right. Just had we never met?
No, I didn't know who you were because you went to different schools.
Was this our first day of class? No, because we were in the same homeroom.
Yeah, but wasn't this like right in the beginning?
It must have been.
Yeah. Either way, we really barely knew each other.
Barely knew each other. So we're the threesome working on this popsicle tower, and
An architectural masterpiece.
exactly. And you ever get paired with someone in the class? This Rake was the type of guy who just got under everybody's fingernails.
Oh,
Every word he
under
said,
them so good.
he was like a little sliver,
A splinter.
right under, a splinter under there. And every word he said, every mannerism he maneuvered was just irritating. So, Henley and I are sitting there looking at each other going, getting a load of this guy?
You see this guy?
You see this guy? Are you listening to him? And we bonded. Get a load of this guy. But with OXO popsicle sticks.
And that's exactly what it was.
Yeah, it is. Yep.
The irritation with it, that is Rake, my mammalist, is what bonded our
inseparable friendship.
Because we were giving that, that look that you give somebody when someone's acting a fool in the group, and you turn and you look at your friend and you go, you see this? You see this guy? That can create a lifelong friendship.
And it did in our case.
It absolutely did. And we continue to this day to bond over irritating people.
We do.
All the time.
Absolutely. I feel like we have some pillars of those throughout our friendship.
There's some strong pillars that emerge every few years of just like, this person is bonding us. Exactly. And they don't even know.
They don't know. I'm going to give a shout out to Hans right now. I'm not going to give his last name for
Hansel.
Hansel.
Hansel to my Gretel.
That man, he is a binster.
He is not only a binster, but he's probably like, think of us as king and queen. He is next in line to the throne. If not,
all the real ones will know.
If not, we're the king and the queen. He's the emperor. He's that up here with us.
Right. He's all knowing.
He really is. There's something inside of him that gets answers from I don't know what.
I think that Hansel is a time traveler. He could relate to every demographic. Babies especially. Older babies, middle-aged children, older children, queens, teens, young adults, old people, geriatrics, yes,
and even the young, middle-aged, old youth pastor.
He's got a couple of those that are his best friends.
Yeah, and guess what they're wearing on their feet?
Nordic, Scandic footwear.
Clogs, specifically.
Specifically handmade.
Wooden, handmade clogs.
So, yeah, he's a time traveler. There's no way he can't be.
He developed us, I feel like. I feel like he came from either the future or the past to come and start developing us and influencing us to mold us into the grandmasters of the future.
Yeah, I agree.
Bin masters, if you will.
The bin masters, yes.
Bin masters.
And who also aided in that progression though was Jubriel.
Yeah. And if anybody's watching this who was in our class during that time, you might have heard some rumors about
Tell things.
I'm here to clear those rumors today. And I'm going to be honest. Do you think this is going to ruin the facade that we've created, or should I be honest about it?
I think that you should be honest to an extent.
He's an innocent man. And that's all I'll say.
That's it.
We love him.
We love him. Emotional. No, I'm not emotional.
A real connection, like a connection of a parent that you really love.
Yes, like the fun uncle.
He was our muse.
He
Have you guys ever had a teacher that was your muse? Because we have.
We did. Not only was he our muse, he was our mentor.
Our mentor and our muse all in one.
That man, to this day, one of the funniest people I've ever met in my life. And you know so effortlessly.
It was effortless. It was perfect.
Sophisticated.
Intelligent, but also playful.
And you know what? That just speaks to how hilarious we were, even in the 7th grade.
The fact that we could get a 40-year-old teacher to relate and laugh with us.
Every day.
That
every
much.
Day.
We were wise beyond our years.
Still are,
but.
You know, I really wish that those email correspondence that we had with him were still in the cache somewhere.
Those are really
lost in the abyss.
If we found those, they would be worth millions.
I agree.
Those are treasures. Hidden, lost treasures.
I'm going to cry.
You know what? We could probably contact Google.
And say, look.
Get us those transcripts.
We need them. Very sensitive information.
Our lives depend on this. We need it.
Exactly. We realized that we uncovered knowledge that is pertinent to the survival of human history.
And that is true. And it's all in those emails.
So Google, do the right thing here.
Do the right thing, Google. And find us those. I'll give you my emails, 9956431@bedford.nhk12.net. So look for those and let me know. Email's shut down now, but maybe you can open it back up.
They definitely have the power.
They obviously have the power. Apparently nothing ever goes away off the internet, right? So where's my email?
Yeah, so where's the truth to that, huh, Google?
Gooks, you lying?
Guggenheimen?
They're lying.
They're lying. Unless they're not. And if they're not, prove it.
Prove it right now. Give me a sign.
The email just lit up.
I know. So, you know, the other thing we could discuss that I've really wanted to address, just to kind of take a break, and I know we've been joking around, we've been playful, whatever, but there's something serious that I really did want to discuss. It's not recent news, but it did happen within the last year. I think probably around October, November. I don't really remember the exact time. And if you guys are sensitive to arson,
was it arson?
I don't know. I don't know the cause, but something really sad happened to an idol of mine, somebody I respect and look up to for my whole life, Rachel Ray. I want to send prayers out to her. Her house burned down. Rachel, I love you if you're seeing this.
She's not laughing at you.
I'm not laughing at you, Rachel. I'm like being so serious. I'm really sorry about your house burning down. That really sucks. I'm glad that you have the funds to not be on the streets, and I'm just really sorry that your house burned down. So send a few prayers up to Rachel Ray and her abode.
Rest in peace to her multi-million-dollar mansion.
And rest in peace to that, you know.
Recipe.
Yeah, so I know that can be a really tough time, especially right now, with actually around that time, another really tragic event occurred. And this one is life-changing for more than one family. This is life-changing for millions of people around the world, and nobody's talking about it. So right here, right now, you know what I'm about to say.
I know what she's about to say.
We're starting a campaign here and now to bring back the BNLG from Taco Bell.
Beefy, nacho, loaded griller, for those of you who are not aware.
And if you're not aware, get aware. Bring in awareness to the removal of the BNLG. It's probably the most devastating thing that's ever happened to me.
That was one of the definitely one of the favorites amongst Taco Bell
people.
consumers. I don't know why they thought it was all right to get rid of that, considering they have all the ingredients.
They still have all the ingredients.
Exactly.
You're just going to remove it off the menu. And guess what? You're going to make me order a beef burrito, take off everything, add red strips, and then toast it. That's what you want me to tell you every time I come through the drive-thru? And then the people go, so basically a hamburger? First of all, hamburger, yes. And first of all, hamburgers don't come in tortillas. So not even close.
Second of all, it's ground taco beef.
Yeah, it's not
taco seasoning on it.
People are stupid. But yeah, you're making it the order much more complicated, and you're making it more complicated for your employees.
Exactly. That's the bottom line. They don't care about their employees.
They don't care about their employees. They'll set up college funds. They'll do all that. But where's the respect for when they have to take complicated orders?
Exactly.
That already exist as a thing that are now gone. And you're telling me if I say it in those 4 words, can I get a beefy nacho low to go? They're going to have to tell me I don't have that.
But then you say, okay,
word it differently, but make it a minute and a half longer. And that's
could I get a burrito with nothing on it, add red strips, and toast it? And they'll go, absolutely. And you can say, that is a beefy nacho loaded griller, no nacho cheese. So tell me who's the issue? They are
corporate. Corporate Taco Bell needs a redesign, first of all. And I'm glad to be your ambassador. I will work for that company for free.
For free. Yep.
Just to influence the menu.
They don't want to hear it. Maybe there's a secret. We don't know.
There is. And I'm going to get to the bottom of it. So don't worry, guys. Let's do hashtag bring back the BNLG on Twitter. And let's bring it back. Let's start a war. A war where nobody gets hurt. A peaceful war.
A peaceful war.
War.
Over food, over delicious food.
Delicious food. It's no disrespect. It's because, you know what? The reason why I care is because I love you so much. That's why I'm upset. I wouldn't be upset if I didn't love you.
Exactly. So Taco Bell, don't take this the wrong way. This is not a threat. It's a movement of passion.
A movement of passion. We have the right to protest in this country. Let's use it for the right reasons, okay? Let's use our power, our protest power for the right reasons. All right? Bring back the BNLG.
That seems like the only reasonable thing to do now.
It's easy. It's simple. It won't cost you any money.
You got all the ingredients. All of them.
All of them. Now let's address another thing. Let's get out all our rants. All right, let's talk about cancel culture.
Oh, here we go. This can
we love to discuss this one because it's something that is probably one of the most frustrating things to see, and also the reason why I'm disliking Twitter so much.
I have not been an avid user of Twitter in the recent years. As you know, as someone who used to correspond with you frequently through that app, I've fallen off. And partially the reason is because the material on there, it's not doing good anymore. It used to make me laugh. It used to make me giggle.
It used to be jokes. It used to be, let's be insensitive to everyone. Let's make everybody, feel a little way. Let's just be ourselves. Let's be real.
Right. let's piss people off for fun, but it's funny because we're kidding.
And everybody's messing with each other. It was a good time. But now I have to go in and block the words woke and protest and anything pedophile, because apparently everybody's a pedophile now. And I just have to go in and block all these words so that they don't come up, but then nothing comes up on Twitter because that's all people are talking about.
I think cancel culture as a whole really moves beyond just Twitter too.
Oh, sure.
I'm
That's
just
where it starts.
I know, and that's where it's amplified. Exactly. I'm a little upset with our generation, to be honest with you.
I'm a lot upset with our generation.
A lot bit.
A lot of upset. Not obsessed. Upset.
Yeah, nobody knows how to part of my language, but fucking take a joke.
Take a joke, would you? You're telling me that I could donate millions of my dollars. I could donate my time. I could do everything I could for a specific community, if you will. And then I make a jokey joke, and all of a sudden, I'm an evil human being who doesn't deserve to have a roof over my head or any friends or family or a job.
And then be harassed in public, can't leave their house, can't do anything.
Like, how crazy is that?
I also think it connected to cancel culture too. Everyone's allowed to have their own goddamn opinion.
Yeah.
People are allowed to.
Something is funny. If you're offended by something, what you do is you go boop and you turn it off.
Or you unfollow. And that's all it takes.
Just be like, oh, not my cup of tea. Bye. You don't have to put your opinion out there. You don't have to gather a bunch of soldiers around you to take this person down because they're an evil person. Like, what is that about?
The country is desirable is because there's so many different opinions and viewpoints, and
you're entitled
to it. Exactly, you're allowed to. But our generation has taken it upon themselves to say, actually, anyone with a different opinion than me is stupid. And if they express their different opinion, I'm going to do the best that I possibly can to make their life a living hell. Precisely. And that's all that I have to do. So,
and they think that that's being a good person. They're like, I'm being the good one in this situation. I'm doing justice.
When in reality, they're doing nothing in their own communities to make any type of change they want to see. They're social media warriors, social justice warriors who do nothing in real life except for
post on Instagram, and then they get mad at other people who don't post about it.
Don't post or say, right. Like
the funny thing. What's that?
I was just going to say, for example, when Black Lives Matter protests were reignited this past spring, rightfully so, totally necessary, totally agreed with everything they were doing. I did something in my own community, reached out to people in my own community to make a difference, because that's what makes the difference. Yeah. But I didn't post on my Instagram story.
That doesn't do anything.
I didn't broadcast what I was doing all across the world. So people were probably looking in and going,
Colby didn't post anything.
Yeah, what's this white girl doing? She doesn't care about anybody but the issues. When in reality, you have no idea what I'm doing in my own life. You have no idea the conversations I'm having with people in my own life. But people don't, there's no empathy. There's no, people don't understand the power of perspective and like thinking about other people's opinions. They don't care. Yeah. The only thing that matters to people nowadays is their own opinion. And that's stupid. No one's going to be smarter or better or grow as human beings if all you care about is what you think.
Yeah, and to shut out everyone else who has a different opinion nothing's going to get anywhere.
Nothing.
And the worst part is when people try to make like an actor or a TikToker who just is a 16-year-old that dances on her phone, they get mad at her for not saying something like they're smart. I'm sorry. I'm an actor. I don't know anything. Why would you want advice? Why would you want me to tell you what to do politically or morally or socially. Like, why? I don't know anything.
And honestly, that goes too with the people who have celebrity who do say shit who don't know what they're talking about. That's
Just,
irresponsible.
and it's ingenuine too. Like nobody knows. Like none of us are experts in this topic. We're people who are literally
Entertainers.
People who want to be on camera. And that's it. Why are you trying to take opinions and relying on them to spread awareness about something that they don't know about?
The craziest thing too is I'd say the majority of people ages now, I don't even know, starting at age 12 now, younger maybe, to the people in their 30s are looking towards these celebrities or famous people or people with
A following.
A following, exactly, that for all of their information, all of their opinions, their diet advice, their exercise advice, their skincare advice, their everything.
There are experts for those things.
Yeah, and they look towards their they have 500,000 followers. Oh, they know exactly what they're talking about.
So stupid. Some of the stupidest people I know have like a following.
And you're in the midst of it. You see it firsthand all the time.
I just see these people like live their lives and be the way they are, be crazy, be irresponsible, be stupid, and then they go on and they post, everybody, please go and vote today. Please go and change the blah, blah, blah. I'm going, you didn't vote, first of all.
You're not old enough to vote.
And also, I don't trust your political opinions. A lot of these people aren't old enough to vote. And other people are like, they'll get mad at them, like, why aren't you telling people to vote? Use your platform for good. Tell people to vote. Tell people to get out there. You have power. And it's like, that's not it.
I think people rely on
they should have the power to influence. A celebrity or a girl that dances on TikTok who's 16 years old shouldn't have the power to convince a 25-year-old to go vote.
But the sad thing is that they do. They really do. It's insane. I don't understand like how that has become the world that we fucking live in. Like no shade to any of those kids who are doing that on TikTok, but it's like, you guys are younger than I am, and I don't know, like, I don't know anything.
Myself to like put out my opinion out there, because I would feel bad because I'm not 1,000% educated on the topic I'm talking about. So why would I want to put out my opinion knowing that people are going to listen to it?
Also, I'm 22. I've lived only 22 years of life. Like, I just graduated college. I have had no exposure to, I've had obviously some exposure to real life and real life problems and whatever, but it's like,
compared to people who study stuff and know what's going on. Like, we don't know. Why do people, it's just people shouldn't trust people like that.
I know.
To influence what they do,
but they do.
They do.
They do. They do a lot.
It's getting more culty and more culty every year.
That's crazy.
It's a sad.
Like, I bet you've even seen the changes in LA over the past 5 years. Like,
yep, it's a different
day and night, I feel like, since even I've noticed small things since like the last time I visited you to the first time I visited you. How things are just, there's like a shift.
There's a big shift. And I don't even know how to like navigate it anymore.
And that's the crazy thing too, is like, normally you'd say, just be authentic, be yourself,
But that doesn't work anymore. Like, that's not how you get successful, which sucks because that's the only way I'm going to let myself be successful.
Right.
I'm not going to fall into this, oh, you have to do this, or else you're not going to make it.
Yeah, you could probably get real quick, visibility if you put on a tiny little top and some brown sweatpants and did a TikTok.
Yeah, but that's not what, I don't want to be known for that. That's not impactful. That's not respectable. It's not anything that it's selling out. It's just easy money. It's something you're going to do that's just going to get you money. And that's all you get.
And then at the end of the day, people know who you are, but they know who you are because you did
A little jig.
worked on TikTok.
Yeah, and that's fine for some people. I don't have a problem with people who do that, but it's like personally, I have other things I want to accomplish than just getting money and notoriety.
Right.
Like just because I'm in the business in Hollywood, that doesn't mean that's all I want. I'm still going to go about it in the way that is comfortable for me. I'm not going to just
You
subscribe.
want your talent to be the reason why you have something.
Yeah.
That's the backbone of entertainment, is being talented and being, especially in acting, in show business, you need to be a good actor. You need to make
You
people
can get,
feel something.
and you can get, sure, if you get, say you're a TikToker, won't name names, but you're a TikToker, you get 30 million followers. Oh, you get a movie role, but you've never acted before, which it's not I mean, it can be easy to do a bad job, but it's not easy to do a really good job and actually have a good performance.
But are you ever going to get, like, all those people too, they want to break into acting, they want to go
Yeah.
into acting, but it's like you can only play one thing.
And you can't go far. You might
No.
get in the door, you might get your movie role, it might come out, but then, and a lot of people might watch it, but then they're gonna all watch it and go,
I've
oh,
seen
she's really bad. Like, yeah, the movie will succeed because that's all the people care about, is to get enough people to watch it by putting
Right.
a celebrity or whatever this person is in it. But then the people, when they watch it, which they will because she has 30 million fans, so they're all going to watch it. But then it's like, are they then going to realize, oh, she's really bad? Or are they just going to be like, they don't care how her performance is, it's just because it's her.
It's
They're
her,
gonna do
right?
it
So
anyway.
they'll eat it up. And it's crazy too. I mean, you and I have had this conversation before about when we have children of our own. Like, I am just your personal experience with, I won't say her name obviously, but a 12-year-old girl that who has no interest in makeup or anything like that, and she goes and spends $100 on somebody's palette because
Because they
they
promoted it and they said it
they
was
told
good.
her
Because they
to.
told her
Right.
to. Yeah. And now that's all now she'll buy every single product that person puts out just because it's made by them and it has their face on it, even though that person has no talent.
Yeah, it's unbelievable to me how easily, these influencers have been able to hold and, like, catch the attention of this young generation,
Really
not
wrong, which
not
is scary.
teenagers, 12-year-olds,
Like literally, and they're
11-year-olds.
doing these weird dances with like crazy lyrics, like
Mhm.
crazy lyrics that with dances that correlate to the lyrics. And they're doing them, and then an 11-year-old will be like, oh yeah, this is like just a TikTok dance, the person doing it's 16, so then they do it and they don't realize what they're doing.
Also, how screwed up, like, all these little girls and boys are looking to these people who live in these influencer houses in Los Angeles and look like they're 25 years old, and that's who they're comparing themselves to every single day. Like,
It's
even
not.
these boys who are 17 and 18, and they look like they're 25, and they're ripped and they're all this and that and whatever. It's like, how
And
how
knowing
is
that they're
this
just, they know that like they're kind of normal kids too, so they're like, it's not like they see them just in movies. It's like, oh, these are real kids that like
I
just
could be like
were
that?
in high school. Yeah, that's what they think. They're like, oh, this could be me next. They're like, it's possible. And then what are we gonna have no doctors someday? Because every kid that I've ever met wants to be a YouTuber,
I
which is,
know.
I did too, but like that was before every single kid wanted to, that was before that was all there was, it seems like.
Yeah, well, I know a couple kids who literally, you ask them what they want to be and they want to be a YouTuber. They literally say, I want to be a YouTuber. And
Yeah,
all day long, they're on screens. They're
on their
their
iPad at dinner, just like,
on their iPad, on their parents' phone, staring at the TV. I watched a TikTok the other day. This woman was talking about this. She said, when I was younger, I I had to sit in the car and stare out the window.
yeah,
I was alone with my thoughts. And she said that she taught 5-year-olds or something like that, like preschool. And she said, the issue with kids today is they are never alone with their thoughts. They're going to have no mental processing power. It goes one ear in one ear and out the other because they're never forced to think about anything. They're bored, they have a screen. They're, throwing a fit, they have a screen. They take a break from school, they have a screen. They're in school, they have a screen. So they never are sitting alone with their thoughts and having to think about anything.
So they're not going to know how to
deal with anything.
They're not even going to know how to have their own opinions.
I know, it's scary.
It is scary. And when you talk to them, they think they know more than you.
Oh my God.
You experienced that with like a 12-year-old or an 11-year-old or a 10-year-old who thinks they know more than you? Because the younger generation, like they say that they're so much better than the older generation. They're so much smarter because we have phones or whatever. But then you get 10-year-olds who think they know more than you.
And they're not.
Something and they go, that's not true.
And you go.
Like when you're 10, you're already a know-it-all. Mm-hmm. So the fact that you have like internet to like give you these facts and these little things that make you think you know even more. And the young people just talking about how stupid like old people are.
Bottom line is 12-year-olds are stupid. You guys are dumb.
You're dumb.
Get it through your head. You're dumb.
We were dumb and knew it.
People need to tell children that they're dumb more often.
It's true. Like maybe tell them you don't stop being so entitled. You don't know anything yet.
You don't know anything.
Go get a job. Right? I tell my kid, if my kid starts acting like that, I'm just like, go get a job. Go survive on your own then.
Exactly. Oh, you think you know everything? All right. Make yourself dinner.
You think you know everything? What's a mortgage?
Yep. What's a mortgage?
Go get insurance right now. Will they let you?
No. Go get a job. Will they let you? No. Do you have a license? No.
I wonder why that is. Maybe it's because you don't have a brain yet.
Do you know how to turn on the stove?
No. Do you know how to use a pilot light? No? Pretty simple. That's kind of funny.
Do you know how to tell time on a clock? No, you don't. So get out of my face, little one.
Let's start being mean to little kids.
Honestly, I think people need to be meaner. They need to be meaner to little children. That's also a new trend now. We're starting it. Be mean to kids.
Shut them down. Don't let them think they're smart.
That's creating a false sense of smartness.
And that's bad.
It's bad.
I know some people that think they're really smart.
And they're not.
They're not.
Yeah, it's because, also these kids, their whole life are going to be growing up being told, you're smart. You're the best at everything. And like, yes, you should tell your kid they're smart. We're not saying don't tell your kid they're smart. Don't let them think that they know everything and that they are the smartest person in your family and that they can do no wrong. Like, you got to tell your kid when they're being an idiot and when they're being an a-hole.
My parents have told me so many times when I was being
Oh, yeah. Same.
It humbled me. These kids need to be humbled.
They do.
That's these 12-year-olds. Humble these 12-year-olds.
Humble these 10-year-olds. Humble these 10-year-olds.
Let's make shirts.
What?
Let's make shirts.
Yes. On the front say, be mean to kids. On the back,
humble your children.
Humble your children.
Yeah. I'm actually gonna make them. We'll sell $20.
So 20 bucks. Yeah, I think that it's important to tell kids they're stupid every once in a while. Not every day.
Once in a while, or when they just say something dumb, just tell them, be like, "Yo, that's really dumb.
That's dumb. You're wrong."
I do. I'm honest with kids.
With your children, with your cat.
I do know. Yeah, I have a squad.
Rudy, you're wrong.
Rudy, wherever she is, she's wrong. I don't care about what.
If I walk into the room over there, my little girl is going to be sleeping and she's going to wake up. And
by the way, we don't have kids yet.
She'll go, ah! And I'll go, you're wrong.
Shut up.
Shut up.
These aren't our kids, guys. These are our animales.
Animales.
Our fur children.
They're
our
furry.
Fur child.
They are furry and soft.
And luscious. And they have eyelashes all over my hands.
I got eyelashes all over my hands. I got eyelashes all over my hands. I got a million. I got a billion. I got a trillion.
I got it. That was a song I
Can't
wrote.
wait for that to be a smash hit.
It is. Should I re-upload? Should I, at the end of this podcast, like put the song?
Yes.
I'm going to. So you guys will all get a taste of
what true talent sounds like.
Yeah, true talent, a real singer. If you guys actually know any, people that could help me get into the singing biz, I would
Or
love
the songwriting biz.
Songwriting biz, even better. I don't. My voice isn't necessarily my instrument. It's my brain.
Your lyrical ability.
My lyrical ability.
Yeah.
I can freestyle. It's freestyling, really.
That's the most impressive part.
It is the most impressive part, because if I wrote that, you go, yeah, that's good, but she did that off the top of her dome. She knows what she's doing.
I got eyelashes all over. Kitty paws. Kitty paws.
Kitty paws. Kitty paws.
Now you've got some kitty paws of your own.
I do have my own kitty paws, and let me just
Can you show her?
What?
Is she behind you?
No, I don't actually know where she is at the moment.
Kind of rude.
She's probably coming. Maybe she's up here. No. She's lost. I don't know where she is. Anyway, I do want to have a real baby, though.
Yeah, me too.
Tomorrow.
Or the next day.
Yeah. But I do have another question for you. And it's something that I've been wondering for a long time. And this is something that, if you've experienced this, we have a strong connection. There's something that when certain people get this, specifically as a child, it reveals a lot to me, like more than you could even know. And the question is, have you ever had an enema?
No, I
Never
haven't.
had one.
I know a few people who have had them in their childhood.
Me being one of them.
You being one of them. And I can't say that I've gone through that experience.
I know that. And that is very obvious to me. Do you want to know why?
Why?
Let me lay it down for you.
Because I can poop in front of people?
No.
Oh.
The difference between people who've had enemas as children and people who haven't had enemas as children is one thing. My cat is making weird noises. The one thing is, the people who've had enemas when they're children, they do something that causes them to get an enema.
Right.
And what that thing is they stand there.
And they refuse to go to the bathroom.
They refuse to go to the bathroom, and they cross their legs, and they squeeze their butt cheeks. No matter how bad they gotta go, they're scared that it's gonna hurt or something. Maybe every kid's different. That was my problem. And that type of person grows up to be very specific.
All right.
My parents were lucky. They had the pleasure of giving me multiple enemas as a child.
This happened more than once?
This happened 10 times.
Oh.
I would get my pants down. I would get into child's pose on the ground, butt in the air, pants down. I would get all my stuffed animals in a pile and hug them. I'd be on a towel in my parents' bathroom. And then my dad would squirt it up my butt. And then it would be the worst thing in the world when you have to get it out. And you know what? I just, for some reason, the memory's ingrained in my brain. And I can tell when somebody's had an enema as a child upon first meeting.
And so you knew right away that I never had.
Have one. I just wanted you to confirm that with me. But I tell you, if I meet you, I'll be able to know within 4 months.
That's your superpower, actually.
It is my superpower. It's seeing in your past far enough to your first enema.
So what are some of the qualities that you can identify within somebody if you know that they've had
Frantic, all over the place, They got lots of mental issues. They usually have some sort of OCD, and that's real. I think it is a little bit of like a weird kind of OCD. You're telling yourself, like, I can't go to the bathroom. If I do, something bad will happen. So you just stand there and you have to hold it in every time. And it becomes a routine for me, at least. I would stand in my basement. For me, it was my basement where this would all go down. We'd be playing, like we would have our neighbors over. It was like my brother, me, and like 4 of our neighbors. We'd be playing like town in our basement with all these different little areas. And all of a sudden I would just stand there in the corner and just be like, and I wouldn't move. And everybody'd be like, what are you doing? And I'd just be like, nothing. But really I was like holding in my poop. So I don't know. I just feel like we grow up to be a little more
either an enema receiving person or not one. And there's only 2 categories.
And there is only 2. And it's really easy. Like I could spot a foreigner from a mile away. Same way I can spot an enema user. A former enema user. I don't know if I can't spot a current user. Those are adult enema users are way different than child enema users. Because children, we were forced, like against our will, to hands down, butt in the air. I'm going to stick this in your butt right now.
Is an enema the same thing as a douche?
Yeah. And I didn't learn that until about last year.
Oh, your kitten poo's behind you. I just saw her little head.
This is my child.
She's so beautiful.
Mercy. I'm collecting you. This is Steber.
Hello, Stevie.
Anyway, yeah, adult enema users. Don't get me started. I'm not as educated on that.
Because you're no longer one, so you're
I've
not.
never used one as an adult. It's always been against my will.
All right.
Yeah, I really think that we should get that out there. So whenever we have a guest on the podcast, maybe we could ask them that, or maybe we won't even ask them. Maybe I'll just start talking.
You'll guess.
Yes. Well, so we'll start talking. They won't even know I'm like observing them about it, and then about 4 minutes in, I'll go, "You had an enema as a kid, didn't you?" And they'll tell me if I'm right or not.
Yeah. So
right. But
that's gonna be a new game. A new game. Child enema. Yes or no?
Yep. So I think that's really beautiful. Really, really beautiful game. Now, there's one last topic I want to discuss, and it's free stuff. How do you feel about it? Are you motivated by free stuff? Let me give you one question here. When you go to McDonald's, now this is another question that tells me everything I need to know about you upon meeting. And I've gotten, some shame for this, but it's fine. When you go to McDonald's, so all of their drinks are $1, small, medium, large. Yes. When you go there, what size do you get? Knowing that they're all $1.
To be honest with you, I get a medium.
So that tells me everything I need to know.
Yeah, I do get a medium. On occasion, I will get a large. But my thought process is if I get a large, I will drink the whole large. And I know it's not good for me. So I don't want to drink the whole thing. So I refrain from getting the large size to limit myself.
Okay.
That's my thought process.
And I see that. And I hear you.
Yep.
And I understand you. But my opinion differs personally. I absolutely every single time will get a large regardless of how thirsty I am, because I feel it is disrespectful to not take advantage of the fact that it's all $1.
Okay.
And I would much rather 10 out of 10 times have too much to drink than too little.
Okay.
And I don't see that's the thing for me. I don't care about how much I drink. I'm not like, for health reasons, let me not. So that might be another reason why I don't do that.
I'm a soda. Well, I'm speaking to a fellow soda lover, but Coca-Cola is
Coke, and not the good kind.
And it's very addictive. and I have to physically limit myself or I will consume too much of it. I can't help it.
Yeah. And I just let that go.
You just say it doesn't matter.
I'm the type of person that I would rather die early, but have drank Coke every day of my life and loved it. Then,
I have a question from one of the fans.
yeah.
My boyfriend, actually. He wants to know if you think he's ever had an enema.
That's rough because I've never actually met him in person.
That's true.
That's hard for me. I want to say yes, but I want to meet him in person first and get and talk to him. And he seems like he does have a little bit of too much stuff to, like, he has his life together a little too much to be an enema kid. So
his brother, on the other hand, if you ever met him,
I might feel different.
You might feel differently. He has his life together a lot.
And so do I, but I can see through that.
Right. He does have that underlying, I had an enema as a child because I held my own poop in type of. You would never be able to tell now, but I think you might. You real recognizes real type of deal.
For real. That's how it is. So yeah, I'd have to meet him before I make my judgment.
Okay. Well, when you do.
When we do, maybe he could join you on our next episode for a quick segment. We could do guess if he's had an enema, type game.
You can do like Wheel of Fortune.
Wheel
like yeah. The Wheel of Enemas.
Can you spot a foreigner from afar away?
A foreigner? Like someone who isn't American?
Yeah.
Yes.
And more specifically Russian. I can spot a Russian. I said this the other day. I can spot a Russian from bird's eye view.
I only know one Russian from Russia.
Oh,
I only know one of them. And if you told me that guy's Russian, I'd say, I know, you can tell. Yeah. But he's been my real only, I've met a couple, a handful. I've met a lot of Eastern European, that area through my summer employment. A lot of them work at Hampton Beach. But I don't know if I could pinpoint their exact country.
I can spot a Russian girl based on her outfit and her face. Oh God, they all dress the same.
Would you know that I was Russian if you didn't know that about me? I'm not 100%, obviously, but what?
I know it's in you.
A lot of people say you look Russian.
Same. When I worked at the Laugh Factory, every single comedian that walked in would go, "Are you Russian?" And I go, "Are you hitting on me with that line? Like, why does everybody ask me if I'm Russian?"
I don't know. For me, people say it's my square-ish face and my cheek.
We both have this. And I think it's my eyes, because my eyes are Asian.
I really appreciate it.
Our draw. Both our draws?
On the chin. Used to hate it, but I do appreciate it now.
I love mine. But yeah.
Russian people.
Russian.
Yeah, I do think I could spot a foreigner. I could.
From a good distance.
From a good distance, from about, I'd say 50 meters.
Oh, meters? Isn't that a foreign measurement?
That is the metric system.
Look at you.
So I'd say
citizen of the world.
Starting it, I could go as far as 100 meters away. I'd say.
Probably triple you on that, but wow, I'm impressed.
Yeah, that could be another game we do. Go into the streets.
Let's do what's called. I'm thinking foreigners on the street. Maybe foreigners out and about.
Foreigners out and about. How many meters away is that foreigner? What?
Spot the foreigner.
Spot the foreigner.
Find the foreigner.
Find the foreigner. Where's the foreigner? Like, where's Waldo?
Where's the foreigner?
Where's the foreigner?
Be specific and go, where's the Russian? Where's the
Where's the Chinese person? And that would be a hard one.
An Asian is hard and tricky.
Because there's a lot of American Asians.
The Asians play games when it comes to looks.
They do, but I can point out an authentic, born in Asia Asian, I think.
Oh, same. But
I've had.
can you differentiate what country they're from?
Oh yeah.
You can?
Mm-hmm.
Every single time.
Not every single time, but I can almost always tell Korean people look different from Chinese people, from Japanese people, from Vietnamese people.
I think I'm learning.
But
I don't yet as much, but
the hardest because China is so big. There's so
different types. They got the up north tall guys, and they got the down south shorties.
And even all in between the different regions, because
they got the tan ones and they got the white as fuck ones.
Yeah, because China is so geographically diverse. The people just turn out differently.
They got Russian Chinese, and then they got Indian Chinese, right? Or is that just me?
No, it's like
between Filipinos and Brazilians, because that's a rough one.
That trips you up?
The girl from 90 Day Fiance, have you seen her?
Yes.
She's Brazilian, but I keep thinking she's Filipina.
Yeah.
Because she sounds like it too.
Yeah. I also know I know a couple of Brazilian people as well.
Same, but they're all, it's such a weird, like, I can't pinpoint them.
Brazil
like,
again.
Country. Yeah, it's just a weird, it's like their accents are funky. You're always like, they kind of all look different. You got the tan ones, you got they're just all really different looking.
You could say that about Americans too. The dead giveaway for us is our accent.
Yeah. And I feel like I kind of just carry myself as an American. Like when I was in the Netherlands, Ethan was telling me how obvious it was that I'm American.
Yeah, it's same when I was in Italy. Everyone was like, "Oh, we can tell you're American from a million miles away."
Yeah, and that's like me being able to spot a foreigner. It's a worldwide thing, I think. You just know your own kind.
Right. You notice the invader. Not that they're an invader. That's a bad word. Because they're welcome, but you know
that they're crossing on your territory.
Have you ever tried clean deodorant?
Mm-hmm. Actually, I have. I have a one in my car. I use it as a travel one. Right now, the spray ones. Those are really fun and cooling. But I do have an all-natural organic deodorant type thing.
Yeah, I switched to natural deodorant, and I was using the Brio Geo. Mm-hmm. Liked it. Loved the smell. Loved the feel. Didn't work. Smelled horrible after 30 minutes. But I just bought the Beauty Counter Clean Deo and loving it so far. It's not an antiperspirant is the thing. No clean deos really are. But smells really
deo.
Don't know. Clean Deo.
You create that?
Yeah, I did.
I really love that. With Deo?
Yeah. Deo for your Bio. I think that's why I call it a Deo, because on the top of my Brio Geo Deo, it says clean Deo for your Bio.
Oh, that's beautiful. A really beautiful slogan, if you ask me. I feel like I can create good slogans. I feel like I'm a jingle slogan type of girl. I feel like my brain works in that way.
You're a Kevin.
It's in our genes.
Water country, water country.
Have fun. Kev really created that?
Good.
It's coming back to me now. I'm remembering that, but it's just still unbelievable. It's like that's like a celebrity.
Yeah. And I tell people that, people go, "Your dad wrote that?" And I said, "Yeah, he did." And they go, "I grew up listening to that." And I said, "I know. Me too."
That is really beautiful. And you know what? Let's address that. Let's address Kev.
All right. This is a wild ride, everyone. So she's in love with my father.
Now, she's right. I'm not going to dispute that. I'm not going to argue that. I don't really have much to add except for the fact that she's being really honest.
And she has been for 10 years.
Like literally, I've always just been. I guess I've really liked older men forever.
And he's a lot older. He's 72. So I don't know how weird that is to everyone else, but to me,
It's not, right?
it's weird.
It's not weird to you.
You saw him for the first time and she goes, I love your dad. I love his voice. And I'm like,
Did I
why?
do that?
Maybe not the first time, but yep. He told me how soothing his voice was.
You wanna know what I did yet the other day?
What did you do?
I bought stamps yesterday at Rite Aid. Remember when I was talking to you? Or no, that wasn't you. But I was at Rite Aid. I used his his number.
Honestly, I
remember you told me use his number sometimes if you go to Rite Aid, he has an account.
yes.
So I was like, oh, okay, I got up his contact and I typed in his number.
Rite Aid rewards best rewards program of any drugstore.
I didn't get the points. I added to them.
No, I know, but you get discounts if you have a Rite Aid's reward card. Almost every time you check out, almost every single time. At least if you're buying one item, minus 30 cents. If you're buying a group of items, minus $5. Wow. And every so often, you get a $20 voucher. Sorry, Dad, I use it if I get it.
Good.
But I've only ever gone it once.
So I'm going to continue to do that then. I won't use
I don't know if he's a Rite Aid user in Florida still. I don't know if there's Rite Aids.
Well, maybe our account now.
Yeah, it's mine.
And I'll just help you get points.
Rite Aid's the best, honestly. I'm not a CVS girl or a Walgreens girl.
I'm not in anything with any of one of those girls.
I feel like I always need something at a pharmacy.
Yeah.
There's always something there. You go in, you're like, oh, I need Q-tips.
Yeah, that's why I don't go. I just need Q-tips for a month.
I know. Or cotton balls or toothpaste or...
I have 40 toothpaste.
I have 3 under my sink.
I have like everything I need. I have like 40 of them ready.
Well, that's good.
Speaking of hoarding tendencies is one of my things I'm trying to overcome.
I have to say I've never had, the issue that you have had where you feel a physical connection to the article of clothing or thing. But I have significantly, over the years gotten better at just, I don't wear this, I don't use this, I need to throw it away. Mm-hmm. I had to jump over that hurdle of, well, maybe one day.
Yep, that's me. That gets me.
One day never is going to come.
Until one day comes for you and it validates everything you've ever said.
But
one time, I remember when I used to be an audience member at Dr. Phil. That was my job. Well, when I signed up for that, they go, you need to wear something business casual. You know me. I've had one job, and that's Dairy Queen. I didn't have anything business casual. But I did have a dress that I wore to a funeral one time. And I had kept it and gone, if I ever need to wear something fancy, that's not my style at all, I have it. And guess what? I wore it. And now I go, the day will come.
Yeah, I think my wardrobe is actually full encompassing for all types of events.
Good.
Not as much of a problem with clothes for me. I'm easier to get rid of clothes I don't wear versus knickknack.
Yeah, knickknacks are harder. I don't get rid of knickknacks.
They're memories, but I've gotten better at organizing them. So they all go in one box and I put it away and it's just out of sight.
That's good. That's the best you can do.
Right. Well, my grandmother's a hoarder.
She is a for real one?
She's a clean hoarder. She's very clean. She doesn't let anything get dirty or nasty.
I don't either.
But she has every letter that she's ever been sent in her life, every piece of mail, every free gift bag,
free t-shirts, free everything I keep.
Yeah. She's the same way.
Well, I hope I grow up to be like her.
She's really cute and beautiful, so.
Her little shades on. She got ready to face the day.
She's cute.
Yes. Well, I think this was a really good first episode.
I do too.
Listen, all the little buds.
They're buds. They're not bins. Sorry, guys.
Not bins yet. Maybe eventually we can evolve that nickname. But right now, you guys are our buds.
Or they're nibs.
They are nibs.
They're bins back. They're little nibs.
Nibs and they're budsters.
They're little nibsters.
Nipsters.
Nibba.
Bad combo.
Budster. Nibbies.
Nibbies. Our little nibby budsters.
Well, signing off as
stir number 1.
Stir number 2.
And that's a
how do you do? Sayonara.
That's a how do you do and a sayonara.
Got the kitty paws in my pocket, I'ma throw them right in your face. All I know is how they feel good, because they are so soft. If you like to squish kitty paws like me, put your hands in the air and scream. They are so squishy and so soft. If you touch them, it's like therapy. They crawl all over my face, and then they squish their paws all over my face. And then I hold them and I cuddle them too, because kitty paws are so true. How many kitty paws have you felt? I've probably felt about 1,000,000. They make me feel like a good person. Kitty paws, kitty paws, kitty paws, kitty paws, kitty paws, kitty paws. How many kitty paws have you felt? Kitty paws, kitty paws, kitty paws, kitty paws, kitty paws, kitty paws. How many kitty paws do you want to feel? You can feel as many as you want. Just come to me and I'll give you the gift of kitty paws for days. I have kitty paws for years. As long as my kitties are alive, I will let you feel those sweet paws. I will let them walk all over your face, so you can feel the squishiness and the tenderness of their pads. Their little squishy pads. Their little pink squishy little pads. Little kitty pads. They're great. How many kitty pads do you want in your fate? Because I see 10,000. I see kitty paws all around the house. I see 1,000. I see 1,000,000. I see 1,000,000,000. I see 1,000,000,000,000. Baby, how many kitty paws? I have eyelashes all over my hands. 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 How many eyelashes do you want on your face? I can throw so many at you, just like I did with the kitty paws. It was really nice.